So I've been world building in Minecraft for about 9 months now. I've been in this world for 9 months, and I still have yet to get diamond gear and elytra and shulker boxes. But you know what we do have? We got bundles now. Oh yeah. So finally, I can build a little easier because the inventory management is absolutely atrocious. But with the bundles, we can do this now. Oh, hold on. How do you work this? Bam. But because of the bundles, we also had to upgrade to 1.21.3. So our mod list has changed a little bit. There's a few things that I'm missing now. Like the clouds. The clouds look horrible. We're back to the original regular clouds here, which is, it's not the prettiest, let's just say. So I don't have better clouds anymore. I don't have better fog control. So a little bit of the visuals is now gone. Hello, sir. Yeah, so a little of the visuals are gone now, but I think we'll survive. I think the bundles is quite a quality of life update that we really need, especially because we're going to be building a pretty big build today. And then here, I've been gathering some mangrove. So we've got some mangrove just scattered around right now. But this update is called the Bundles of Bravery. It's their kind of new format where they're doing game drops every few months. It's going to be horrible on my mod list, but it'll be fine. I think we'll unfortunately probably be stuck with these clouds a lot. You know, maybe there's another mod that I can add that will change those, but for now, this is what we're stuck with. But with the Bundles of Bravery, we're going to be a little brave today, and we're going to finally go to the end and beat the Ender Dragon. So in order to do that, we need to build an Adventurers Guild, because we need a quest in order to go do that. You know, before you go slay a dragon, you normally need a quest giver. But I think it'd also be cool to have the Adventurers Guild double as a membership guild. So right now I don't have channel memberships on, but when I release this video, I'm going to be dropping some channel memberships. I honestly don't really expect there to be any at the moment, but you know, it's just up there for if you want to be a membership, if you want to support the channel, you know, it really helps. But obviously there's no obligation. If you just want to support, feel free. But I'm thinking for the Adventurers Guild, it'll be right in this area where we've got a little height to work with. And man, it's really dark in here. So I think we're just gonna, for the meantime, we're gonna throw on the full bright in order to be able to see a little better, and also to be able to record. Because I'm not sure, you know, obviously for ambience, it's very nice, but I'm not sure if you can really see in the actual video if I leave it off. So for the meantime, we're going to leave it on, and that way you can see. But for this is the area, I think, where we're going to be building the Adventurers Guild. So we can work with a little bit of the height. I do want it to be kind of big so that, you know, it is supposed to be grand. It's supposed to be, you know, Adventurers Guilds are pretty wealthy in general because they're going off into the world and, you know, making mad money. So I think it'd be a good idea to have it kind of grand, and then also maybe use some materials that you might not see in this area as often. So maybe I'll bring in some new materials like the mangrove log, which I've been kind of collecting a little bit of. I've been collecting some mangrove log because I do think I want to use it for this build. I haven't come up with a build yet, but we're going to cook something up and, you know, make sure that it lives up to the hype for an Adventurers Guild. But before we do that, I do have some changes to the Iron Foundry, the little iron farm here. And we had a comment by Melon Lord Renray that was kind of talking about the interiors. I'm just going to leave the comment up here, but they basically were talking about making the world kind of feel lived in. You know, think about the lives of the villagers. So we did a little bit of that. And oh, where did you spawn? That's a new employee there. He's not supposed to spawn anywhere, but I guess he found a way. So our iron farm is a little broken right now, apparently. You are not supposed to be here, sir. You're supposed to be in there incinerating. But anyways, here is the interior of the iron foundry. I'm going to turn off the brightness mod for now because inside it does have a little mood lighting. But inside here we have the iron foundry. So this was originally the kind of chimney, and I had no idea what to do with it. I was thinking about adding like a fireplace here, but now we decided to do a little lava farm here. This one always fills up with lava for some reason, but the other ones don't. So I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong here. Yeah, I have one lava bucket and it spawned here last time, so I'm not sure what's up with that. But we're doing a little collection for lava at the moment. It's barely any, but it's something. And then we also added some villagers, and I think the villagers really do add the immersive nature to this build. Right now they're armors. I think armors match this area pretty well. I'm probably going to do some weaponsmiths as well. But I do want to give them names. I want to have this world feel pretty immersive and, you know, lived in. So we do want to have like maybe subscribers or members. We want to have their names in here. Aside from the Adventurers Guild, that it's going to be partially a members guild as well. But as Melon Lord Rinray commented, we kind of try to add a little more lived-in variety. So we did add some like storage shelves, and then like some little shelving units for the workers to place their goods on. This is either like a radio or a stone lunchbox. It does look like a stone lunchbox, actually, now that I talk about it. And then let's try to get rid of this guy because he's really messing with my spawn rates. Wow, that is a big flame though. Holy crap! Oh, and I burnt the iron ingot, unfortunately. But also, I think they changed the villager AI a little bit because it used to be that you could put carpet right here to kind of block them from leaving, or a double carpet, but it seems like it stopped working because they've been kind of just strolling out. So I think one of the fixes that I found was putting rails here. I'm not the biggest fan of the rails for other parts of the world. I think it does fit here since it's an iron factory. But in the future, if I want to kind of keep my villagers in one place, I don't think this is going to really look good. I think it only works since it's an iron factory. But if you have any idea, any clues on how I can prevent them from running away and leaving, aside from putting fence gates, because I really don't want to do that either because it's kind of ugly in parts. But this is a temporary fix for now. But yeah, let me know in the comments if there is any fix for them from wandering. We also got a comment from Techhead Fred that said that if we replace these trapdoors on the side, it should give me enough time for the villagers to actually fall asleep once in a while, so we won't have to kind of maintain it all the time. So we're going to try that. This way it'll keep the line of sight still, keep them panicked, but the little side parts will let two of them at least sleep every once in a while, which should allow the farm to just keep running without maintenance. So thank you, Techhead Fred. I am not very redstoney, so that's really helpful. So since I'm also trying to slay the dragon, I really don't want to drag this episode on too long. So I think for the next few hours, we're going to hop into a creative copy of the world, and we're going to cook up an adventurers guild right here. And then we're going to gather some resources, and then we're going to build this thing. I have some unwanted guests, but I want those horses later. And this guy's getting ready to kill me. We're gonna run away a little bit. But the entrance is, it's got a little bit of change here. We've got a bunch of trees just kind of popping around because I've been gradually collecting some wood throughout this kind of build. This build did require a lot of spruce and like mangrove and stuff like that, dark oak. So I've been kind of farming it all out in the middle here. But it's time to take a look at the build. So we're gonna have to go inside the city, which means running past this guy right here. Got to dodge and weave. Missed me. Anyways, here's the build. We're gonna keep the ambience on for now. It's actually really dark though, but we're gonna keep the ambience for the first look. But here it is. Bam. Looking mighty fine, mighty fancy. It's gonna be a very kind of a large build, which I wanted it to be a large build. The only thing is this tower, I feel like does somewhat blend in with the dripstone, but it's mangrove, so I don't know. You tell me, but it fits the spot real well. I did have to kind of cut down some of the wall and all that to make room, but it does really fit this area. We've got this tower that's blending in with the cave. I obviously could come down and terraform. I probably will be coming down to terraform, you know, the cave itself a little bit more. Like this little piece right here is kind of just jutting out, but I will fix that. But we're gonna turn on the brightness just so we can actually see while we record. And you know, here it is. We did add some glowstone in certain spots to add some light to the build, and then we did add some overgrowth as well. Let's see, what time is it? Is it daytime right now? It's kind of daytime, or yeah, it's daytime a little bit. Okay, so a nice, neat thing that I've learned that I've kind of been trying to practice in my builds is I've been trying to bake in light. All right, so we slept and the brightness is definitely a little better now. So you can see it a little better. So basically with the light, so there's light coming from this hole here and it's gonna be shining on this build. So this part of the build is gonna get a lot more sunlight. So we're gonna have, you know, mossy stone and tuff, and then it kind of blends with the deep slate, or no, that's tuff. It's going to blend with tuff, then to the cobbled deep slate, and then towards black stone, because this is the shaded part. So if we're going to bake in a little bit of light, they do this in like video games and stuff like that, so it's kind of using those techniques. I've been kind of practicing with colors in general to try to make my builds a little cooler, a little nicer. Obviously I'm partially colorblind, so the colors might be a little off. Like, to me, my colorblind eyes, I think this looks pretty good, but obviously maybe some of my color choices are questionable. If they are, do let me know so that I can kind of change it up. Like, I'm not sure if some of these match, you know, so if any color stands out too much, just let me know in the comments down below. But again, with the lighting, so we have some light. Obviously, this one's a little weirder. I think the light would be kind of covering the whole thing, but I kind of just did that little corner. So maybe this one I need to change a little bit because it doesn't really make sense. But as you can see, for the tower, it's going to be blocking some of the light here. So we used some black stone here to kind of show that it's like shadowed. And then for the parts where you can see more, that's not going to be blocked by the tower, then we use some deep slate. And then this corner right here, we use some mossy stone or mossy cobblestone and mossy variants. But as you can see, this part right here is not blocked by the tower or here. So the shadow, this part would not be shadowed. So there's going to be maybe some like moss growing where there's a little more sunlight. Obviously, I don't think moss really needs much sunlight, but like, I don't know, maybe a flower grows right here. And then same thing here, it gets darker towards the spot where it's covered, and then it gets lighter as we go. But yeah, so this build took way longer than I expected. So just kind of gathering the materials and all that. And man, the build itself uses a lot of different items. So honestly, I feel like the bundle really didn't even help, because what I dislike about the bundle is you can't just go in the bundle and grab what you want. Like, you have to grab the next item. So it's not as versatile as I liked, but you know, like if you want something deep in the bottom, you're gonna have a bad time. But out in the front, we've got this little horse stable where you can kind of park your horse in. And then this way, I'm not sure where we're going to go yet, but towards this area, we're going to have something going that direction, kind of for the future side of the city build. And then I'll probably kind of trim this down a little bit somewhere to, you know, terraform a little bit. But one of the reasons why this took so long as well was that I actually tried to do an interior for this. So the interior is not done yet, but it's partially done. And we also called it the Bearded Dragons Guild. So I think I want to have different guilds in different parts of the world. So eventually when I get to human civilizations and like elven empires and stuff like that, I want to have a guild in each one. Obviously, lore-wise, there would be smaller guilds in each city as well. And this one's just this one's the main, you know, the most popular guild in the Dwarven Kingdom right now. And it's called the Bearded Dragons because they're dwarves. But coming inside, we've got a very basic interior right now for the entryway. Here, I'm probably going to cut out and we're going to do something with it. I'm not sure quite yet what we're going to do with that. But coming in, bam. Like I said, it's not completely done. It's going to be kind of like a bar area here. And then they're going to have nicer chairs. So they've got these long, you know, high chairs with some mangrove. I don't know if these the spruce really matches with the mangrove, to be honest. But I kind of wanted like the backing to be a full block type of thing. And there's only 2 trapdoors that have the full texture without any holes in it. So I opted for the spruce right now. But this is going to be kind of like a little bar area where, you know, you can get your drinks and all that. And then here we've got a little board here that's going to have jobs and whatnot for the, you know, the adventurers to take quests and all that. And then here would be like a receptionist area where, you know, they greet people and, you know, make sure they're a member of the Adventurers Guild. And then this here, we wanted to make it kind of grand looking, right? So this is my best attempt at a spiral staircase, a double spiral staircase. In this tight space, a spiral staircase is very, very difficult. I'm not gonna lie. And this is the best that I could come up with. I might like extend the stairway back 1 more block to give this part a little more space to work with. But yeah, this is the best I could come up with for these stairs. It's definitely very rough. I'm not gonna lie. And you know, I don't know, maybe it looks okay, maybe it looks fine, but you tell me. But down here, we're also gonna have like a fireplace right here. It's gonna be kind of a den where people can come sit here next to the fire and chat. And then up here, we're gonna have like a men's dorm on this side and then a women's dorm on this side. But again, here's the staircase. It does actually go up pretty smoothly, I must say. I think it goes pretty smoothly. Obviously, I'm not like, you can get caught up in things. So, for example, if you go up here and you cut the corner, you're gonna hit this corner. But if you actually follow the motion of the stairs, you will be fine. So hopefully that you know, gets the point across. But obviously the interior, we still have to kind of work a little more on. But I'm very far behind right now, so we're just gonna skip the interior, or most of the interior for now, and work on the next part of the video, which is slaying the dragon, which I have never done on my own before. I've only ever done it on SMPs. So let's get to it, shall we? Well, I hope you enjoyed that little mini movie there, because I wanted to take a little different spin on killing the Ender Dragon. I know everyone's probably seen someone kill the Ender Dragon at least, multiple times now if you've watched multiple playthroughs. So I wanted to make mine a little more unique, and this was supposed to be a major quest that I got from the Adventurers Guild. So wanted to make it a little more exciting by doing a little mini movie, and I'm not the greatest at editing sometimes, so the whole project was a little difficult to edit. That's why it's taken so long for this episode to come out. But I think it turned out pretty well. So do let me know if you liked it, and maybe I'll try to add a little more, cinematics and little movie bits, maybe for the lore of the world. One thing to note is that I actually died a lot more than I portrayed in the little mini movie there. Probably died a total about like 15 times with the Nether and the End combined. But the victor always writes the history. So yeah, the narrative I'm spinning is that I didn't die at all. But yeah, I thought it was a pretty fun way to kind of condense like 2-3 hours of footage into, like 2 minutes or so. When I got here, there was only one of these things. I had only brought 4, or no, I brought 5 Eyes of Ender. So yeah, I had to run all the way back to my base and go to the Nether again to get all these little eyes right here. And I died quite a few times going as well. So very unfortunate. I actually haven't explored this whole like area yet, because the spot I landed in was like directly at the dungeon part. Like I think I landed in right here at the stairway, and then quickly and very easily found the end portal. But the Adventurers Guild is now open, so if you'd like to be a channel member, hit the join button down below. We've got a few different tiers at the moment, but we've got a neat little trick I'll be showcasing in a future video for anyone who joins to make you part of this kind of world building project. But anyways, folks, that's all the time we have for today's episode. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye for now.